Good morning and welcome to day 6 of our annual WSOP Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota, and joining me here in just a moment will be my co-host Brian Software and my other almost always co-host Donna Morton. Give me one moment to bring them up if it'll let me. Here we go.
Morning, Sherry.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. I was just editing, so I'm glad that you sent me that. I was lost in editing a 2003 clip.
Listen, if you were ever on time, we would all pass over dead. So go ahead. Good morning, Donna.
Hey, Sherry. Hi, Brian. Hi, ASG.
Hey, Donna.
Hey.
Hey, ASG. Good morning.
Hey, ASG. There's a lot to cover today. I thought Sunday morning was going to be a quiet and quick show, but then I started looking at stuff this morning, and there's a lot going on. So let's just get into it. I just want to thank our sponsor, Elevated Results, who has been our sponsor for about a year now. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Please be reminded you could find the recordings of our past spaces as well as the interviews as well as the daily coverage on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. And Brian's got a Twitch channel which is called
Brian Pinkus Poker.
Perfect. And you can see his content that he's putting together as we speak. I just want to, there's so many items this morning, and I thank ASG for helping me in the back channels, as well as our friend Maureen Bloklinger. They're always trying to bring us some updated information, which everybody knows I love that updated information. I want to give a little shout out before we get too deep into this today to Doinky, Avi, Hex Chase, and Rob Kuhn, who organized the Space Jam home game. Many people have had tons of fun playing that Saturday online tournament. Unfortunately, I can't play it because I'm in the state of Washington right now. They don't allow ACR, so I don't get a chance to play in it. This week's winner was Hex, who I understand had a great heads-up battle to win.
Yes, it was against Coco.
So congrats to Hex, and now we're going to have to live with him for a week, him having this huge Hex head.
Is there a belt for that or something, Sherry? Does he get?
I don't think there's a weekly belt. I'm not sure. I think there's prizes at the end of the rainbow at the end of the tournament. I think they're doing what they say 10 weeks. I think at the end of it, there's prizes to be had, so to speak. I also go ahead.
I think I'd like to see, some kind of championship belt for that.
That would be so fun, wouldn't it? And at the top 3 in that league are Wolfie, Hex, and Fat. So congratulations to them as well. Donna, I know that you played it yesterday. I have not had a chance to catch up with you and to see how that went. So just go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be put in by Stephanie. I said that I was going to make an ACR account and I was threatening. And Stephanie was kind enough to put the money onto my account. I showed her that I was playing it, etc., etc. I just could not get going.
Well, good try, and shout out to Stephanie for staking you. That's awesome.
It is. It's such a lovely gesture. I had Larry Fine. I had Juan Anaconda. Steph was on my table, which was good because she wanted to play poker with me. I can't remember the rest, but yeah, it was such good fun though.
Well, awesome. Well, and for those that may not know, they always do a live space. So there's a lot of shit talking in the live space when they're playing that game. And I think that's the fun of it. You know, I used to be a co-host on Flophouse Radio, and we used to do during COVID, we did an online game, and we did the same thing. We had a lot of shit talking on air, and our listeners would shit talk in the chat to us, and it was great fun for sure. I just want to remind everyone that we are trying to provide the most current and accurate information available, but we make no guarantees to such. So please make sure you do your own research and gathering of information as it applies to you and your plans and your goals, because we would hate for a mistake to have been made and you to be upset with us, because we're human and we make mistakes. So please double check any information that we disseminate to make sure that it is correctly applied to what you're trying to do. Um, I wanted to make mention of Alan Keating, which is, you guys know, is a favorite of yours, and he played recently in the million dollar game at the Hustler. And he put out a tweet, I don't know, it must have been late last night maybe, that I think is kind of fun, and I think we should make mention to, and then we're going to get on to the results of the WSOP. His tweet reads, anyone that bet on hashtag, I'm sorry, let me start over. Anyone that bet on at Polymarket on the over of my VPIP and lost, if you see me anywhere, just show me your bet and I'll give you your bet back in cash to make up for your losses. No one could have seen that coming. In person only, no DMs. So what a great gesture by him, right? Because people lost money on bets, and you know, they and he's trying to make it right. So what do you think about that, Brian?
I think he's a he's a character for sure. I love Alan Keating, man.
I know we all do. Go ahead, Donna. What do you think?
Sorry, I'm still on my laptop. I've not got my mouse. Yeah, I think that's an amazing gesture by Alan. He really is such a kind and gentle person. Even though he's playing nosebleed stakes, he still remembers where he comes from, and
Yeah.
I still think that he's very humble when it comes to poker.
He certainly is, and he's seems to me. And of course, I've
So
never had the
genuine too.
opportunity to play with him, but he seems like he's always a gentleman and representing our sport, quote unquote, well.
Yeah, such a gentleman too, which is how shall I say it? Somewhat unusual in our circumstances of playing poker. There are lots of gentlemen out there. I'm not saying there's not, but they're very few and far between.
Right on, right on. And you know, some of that goes out the window, and they claim it to be, you know, in fairness of playing the game, right? And that's their persona. But I'm sorry, you don't have to be an asshole all the time. You could just do that part time. So anyway, let's move on to the results and what's upcoming and all that good stuff at the WSOP. So event 5, which is the Mystery Millions, the buy-in was $1,000. There are 2,246 players in that event. We're going into what, day 3? Isn't there another flight today? I think there's flight. Wait, let me look this.
Yeah, there's another flight today, Sunday.
I'm sorry.
No,
My brain just went dead.
yeah, no line currently from an update I just saw as well. So, but expect that one to be packed. So,
Yeah, that's.
get,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, get there early.
That's a 10
and
o'clock start.
and if you have to rebuy, you're probably going to be waiting. I think there is a rebuy. I'm almost certain. But anyway, so get there early. Get logged in. Run up a stack and get lucky there, Sherry.
I know that's right. And before we get into the results, I want to go back and just do the schedule for the day. So that way, if anybody's needing to run out the door, they know that, they have some idea of what's going on. So day 6 bracelet schedule is 10 a.m., the $1,000 Mystery Millions Flight D. 12 p.m. is the 5K PLO 8-handed day 3. 1 p.m. is the $1,500 Limit Hold'em day 3. 1 p.m. is the 10K Omaha 8 or better day 2. 2 p.m. is the $1,500 Badoogie day 1. 3:30 p.m. is the WSOP.com $400 no limit Hold'em PKO, and of course that's online. The non-bracelet schedule for day 6 today is 1 p.m. $250 deep stack, 3 p.m. the $240 landmark satellite for $2,000 in chips, 4 p.m. is the 4 o'clock deep stack turbo, 7 p.m. is the $1,100 dealer's choice landmark satellite, 8 p.m. is the $200 deep stack turbo. 10 p.m. is the $135 landmark satellite for $1,000 in chips. So that's the schedule at the WSOP today. Let's move on to event number 6, which was the Heads Up No Limit Championship. There were 64 entries, 1.5 million in the prize pool. And we saw a winner crowned last night. Do you remember who I told you it was, Brian?
Yeah, Faraz Jaka,
Yes. Congratulations
our
to
guy.
him, our guy. And I guess he's becoming the meta of poker coaching. So good for him. Much success to him, and congratulations. He takes home $500,000
Wow.
for his future bankroll. So very cool.
No,
Nice
Frost
guy.
came in second.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he lost the Heads Up last final.
To who? Now somebody posted he won. Who did he lose to?
I don't know
Maybe you're looking
his
at the
name. It was not a guy I was familiar with.
maybe you're looking at the semifinal match, Sherry.
No, it was actually a tweet that announced him a winner. Let me see. Hold on a minute. I don't know if I took a screenshot
I
of it.
know that he tweeted that he won his semifinal, and then I didn't see anything after that. So I was like,
Okay, so I'm on the WSOP site now, and it is Darius Samuel took
all
home the
right.
bracelet and $500,000. And I'm sorry for that mistake. And ASG, thank you so much. And I'm going to go back when I get a chance and see if I took a screenshot of who
Poor
had that tweeted. But that's what I get for not just going to the
well,
WSOP to check that.
and Darius, I think he's the one that took down the legend John Smith.
Oh, I think I remember you saying that yesterday.
So he definitely had the tough road to get there.
I think I remember you saying that yesterday.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I just want to look at something. Okay, that's going to drive me nuts until I figure out where I got that from. But anyway, so congrats
I
to
think you saw
Darius.
I think you saw Faraz's tweet about winning his semifinal because it kind of sounded like, oh, I won, or whatever.
It may have
Uh,
been. It may have
so
been, Brian. You may be right about that. No telling right now. I'm a little brain dead. But anyway, I appreciate ASG coming up with the goods. Love that. Event number 7 was the $1,500 dealer's choice, and winning his 7th WSOP bracelet, John Hennigan. He takes down the dealer's choice tournament for a whopping $138,000 in prize money. Robert Wells from the UK took $90K home in second place, and Peter Glenser took home 60,000. He's from Hungary, and he took home third place. Do you have any comments on that?
yeah, Johnny World, right?
Johnny World takes it down.
So now, correct me, ASG. You or Sherry or Donna, one of you got to know this. Is he's the guy that back in the day, wasn't he the guy that played Alexis Powers on that World Series event?
Oh,
where
Oh, good
I
question.
think he was the one that Alexis was needling. He's like, you
He's the
call
one who
it
called with
Jack?
Jack High.
I think so, but I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
I don't
I
know either,
know
but
he
that would
was.
be
I
interesting.
think he was at that table at least. And I remember them saying, Johnny World Hennigan is a master at this game. And
All
I think
right.
that's,
So Brian is going to research for us that for us and get back to us for that with that information.
I was trying. I was
I would
trying.
love to know that, but Robbie Straczynski, a friend of our show, he tweeted about this. It's been 14 years since someone crossed the 6 bracelet barrier. The last person to do it was Min the Master back in 2010. When that happened, I bet nobody would have said the next player to get number 7 would be Johnny World. So bravo to him. All right, let's look at event number 8, which is the 5K pot limit Omaha. There are 11 remaining in event 8. Going into day 3, Bryce Yockey has 6.5 million in chips, and I'm just going to spell this name. It's Aditya. Last name is Sadhu. Has 5.8 million, and I'm trying to see. And Brian Rast is in eighth, let's see, 11, 10, ninth place in chip stacks with 2 million, a little over 2 million in chips. Do you have any comments about that event, Brian?
I'm still over here on Alexis Powers.
He's still researching.
No,
Oh
no.
my God.
Listen. More important than any of that. Yeah. John Hennigan was at that table, and his reaction is pretty funny to Alexis Powers. You called me with Jack High. He's just laughing about it. So it's pretty funny.
I
Anyway.
love it. Why don't you post that? Is it a clip or is it just an article?
Yeah, I'll post it.
Why don't you post it? And I'm so glad that Brian just dismissed all of the data I looked up for 15 hours. But anyway,
I'm
moving on to
sorry.
event
I'm
number
sorry.
9.
I need to take my medicine before these shows, Sherry.
Event number 9 was the 1500 limit hold'em tournament. 6 remain going into day 3. Joseph Brodsky of the U.S. has 1.8 million, and he is the chip leader. There is 121,000 waiting for the winner of that tournament. You have any comments on that one, Brian?
You got me posting over here.
Well, all right. We're going to
I'm
give
busy.
Software Brian a moment to catch up.
Okay.
And get that posted for us. And while he does, we will go la 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 la
Right,
la.
it's posted
la.
and it's in the billboard there, Sherry.
We love you, Brian.
He
We
called
love all
me
that
with Jack High.
And you guys all know how I feel about Jacks, let alone just one of those
No,
suckers.
no, Sherry. I actually, in tribute to, I was just telling somebody yesterday, in tribute to Alexis Powers, I actually did that once.
Please tell me you won.
So I was down 7-1 in chips, heads up for a shootout table at the World Series to win my first round. And this guy, he knew it all. And he thought I was a big bozo because, well, I am a bozo. But anyway, so we get to the river and he makes this enormous bet. And I thought to myself, I'm pretty well out of this. But I think Jack High might be good here. And if I call and it's good, he is going to lose his ever loving mind. And it's going to really affect him. So I called and he says, "You're good." And I'm like, I am not turning over my hand until you show me, And he turns over 8 high. And I'm like, boom, and just shoved it. And he's just like, what the... I don't know if we're allowed to say that word. Sherry, for the next half hour, the guy could not... If I was bluffing, he was folding. if I had it, he was calling. I wiped him off the table so fast. It was like unbelievable.
The best move of your lifetime.
It was so much fun. It was
That's
really, really
awesome.
fun. Because
I love that.
and I don't mean to say negative, but like, imagine somebody confident like Chase Davis or one of these guys that's really confident and studied and all this stuff. And now this bozo just calls him with Jack Eye for the tournament.
I think you just gave an example as to why Dean Neggs needs to be playing in our tournaments, all levels.
Yeah.
Listen, tell me, would you tell the audience, our listeners, what a shootout tournament is?
Yeah, so that tournament, by the way, is coming up on Friday. Sadly, I'm not going to make it, but anyways, shootout is really cool because what it is it's like a mini tournaments, and I kind of feel like, Sherry, I feel like it's almost the easiest bracelet to win. Honestly, like I don't know why. Maybe just in my mind, like I don't know. I'm really good at that format, because basically what it is you're playing single table satellites almost, right? So let's say there's 81 players. There's going to be 9 tables of 9, and then if you win your table, you're at the final table. Now, in this case, right, there's usually 3 rounds. So the first round, you're obviously not in the money. If you can win that first table, you're in the money. So typically, so the second table, if you can win your second table, you're now at the final table. So basically, that's that they call it a double. There's a double shootout, but in this case, it would be a triple shootout, right? You're going to win 3 tables. And when you win your third table, you win the bracelet. So I don't know. It feels like the easiest way to get there. But I will tell you,
fast.
Yeah, and I will tell you. Here's the thing: is that between your first and second table, it's really crazy, like the level of play, right? Because all of these 9 people now at your second table have all made their way through the first table. So, the level definitely jumps in that second, and I've never gotten to the third round, but I would assume no different there as well. But anyway, it's like you said, it's also a very kind of quick way to get there. I mean, I want to say the first table maybe max was like 4 or 5 hours,
right?
So second table maybe about the same, and then the third table, I would probably imagine takes a little longer, because as you play down on the third table, I think the second table maybe everybody gets the same amount of money, but then obviously the third table you're dividing up and into different prizes. So there's definitely a little bit of ICM there. So
okay, now I heard you sneak in there that you're not playing it. So is that a definite? Is graduation interfering with that?
Yeah.
Timing? Okay.
Well, there is a degen route to go there, Sherry, which would be the graduations at 6 o'clock or 6:30.
He's going to degen it.
So I could fly there in the morning, play the event, and then fly back for the graduation, and then fly back in the morning for day 2. But that's probably a little unlikely. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Do you think that's going to make for good poker, though? Like, are you going to be like clear-minded enough? I don't know.
Oh, no. If I'm there, I'm ready to go. Yeah, but if I missed a flight or something,
there's a delay in anything.
I would be sleeping in my office in the backyard for the next year, I think.
Yeah.
I was sleeping with the fishes, more like.
Yep.
With a weight around his ankles. Is that what you're trying to say, Donna?
Yeah, I will go in more for cement, but Wasted on ankles and things.
All right, so let's move on to event number 10, which was the 10K Omaha High-Low 8 or Better Championship. 171 entries, 1.5 million in prize pool. There's 104 going into the next day. Scott Seaver is our chip leader with 296,500 in chips. Chasing him right on his coattail is Matt Glantz with 285,000. Steve Loeb is in third place with 257.5 thousand. Chino Ream is in fourth place with 248K in chips. So some fun poker still to be had there. Now
Yeah.
the first WSOP online event took kickoff started, and I'm sorry, but I don't have those numbers. So ASG, if you want an assignment, want to look up the first online event, I just ran out of time, and give us the update. Otherwise, I will do it in the future.
Hey Sherry, I don't know if we covered the 1500 Omaha High-Low 8 or Better yesterday with Jamie Kirster. I can't remember, but
We did.
okay. But I didn't notice, unless this is a different James Chen. James Chen won that event, 209,000. And if this is the same guy, he was also tweeting about the GTO wizard guy along the way. He's the guy that confronted the person using
Yeah, and I don't know if he's the same guy or not,
I mean,
but
obviously common name, but
now that you brought that up, the GTO thing, there seems to be quite a stir this morning, and Matt Savage has been, and yesterday, of course, Matt Savage has been answering tweets and retweeting and whatever on the subject matter. Of course, that's going to be a hot topic at the Tournament Directors Summit at the end of June. What's the solution? Do we ban cell phones completely from the room? There's already a rule in place that people can't be on their phone while they're
yeah,
in a hand, but they're not enforcing it, obviously, because there's a video that I retweeted yesterday of a guy with his phone sitting on the rail with a chart up, has
yeah,
two cards. He's looking at his cards, he's looking at the chart, and then he decides to fold. So, there's already a rule in place about, phones during hands. So that's not working.
yeah, and that, as long as they're sure that it's not a mistake or something like that, as far as like you saw the wrong thing, right? Like they're sure that in this case, I think there's a picture or whatever.
There's two different things. There's one with pictures of a hand, and then there's a video from the Orleans. There's an
Yeah,
actual video. So
yeah. So here's my thing. As long as it's clear what happened, that the app was open. I don't care whether I think the excuse was I was looking at my subscription. No,
right.
that app open during a tournament at the table should be a lifetime ban. I'm sorry, if
Well,
and I will give a little caveat: if you have if you have less than $10 in Hendemob caches, then maybe I'll give you just like a ban for the rest of the World Series this year. But
damn it, that's me done for then, because I've got more than $10.
Yeah,
cash,
you're in too, Donna.
I'm screwed.
Well,
Donna,
and here's
I'm
the
definitely
thing.
banning you if
Yeah.
with it.
Here's the thing. Here's where I'm at with this now. First of all, there's already a rule in place that's not being enforced because that phone should not have been on while he was in a hand. If it would have been turned over on the rail, no problem, because that's what I do with my phone. As soon as the cards are dealt, my phone goes on the rail if I have it out. Most of the time, I don't even
Yeah,
have it out, but it goes upside down on the rail. But you already have dealers not enforcing the rule of no phones at the table. How many times are you sitting at the table waiting for someone that's on their phone and the dealer's like, hey, it's your turn. Hey, what do you want to do? Hey, bud.
I, I,
Very rarely does a dealer say, hey, you're not supposed to be on your phone during a hand.
it,
Very
it,
rarely.
it, I saw it several times this year, and I'll say that look, going into day two, our very first hand took 10 minutes. The dealer could barely count the pot. There was like
Yep.
a
Exactly.
side pot, and I called the floor over finally, and then the floor misunderstood, and like, I feel like that's been okay. My thing is, when you're caught, we need multiple people to be made a huge example out of. I mean, listen, Sherry, they've banned people for far less than this, and I mean, in end of the day here, it's using a cheating device in a
Right.
gaming
Right.
event,
Right.
in a casino. Any other game in there, you would like back in the day, the mafia would take you out to the desert and you'd never be seen again. But
Well, and I'm going
um,
to just finish my point. And my
yeah, go
point
ahead.
is, this is where I'm at with it. I'm really kind of sick and tired of phones at the table. And I'm going to say that they delay the game. The dealers are doing their jobs and they're busy and sometimes don't even realize what's going on. I've been at a final table where two people know each other and they're texting each other in real time about their hands.
Yeah,
And
that's
and
yeah.
they were caught because I spoke up, and there were rules changed in that poker room. And so I'm like, I am now at the mindset, unfortunately, because you guys know I'm a big social media person and I, do a lot of coverage for different people and help different people out. And, but now I'm of the mindset, no phones at all. That is the stance I'm ready to take because there's always somebody, instead of going by the rules, as in no cell phones when you're in a hand. Those people are already rude enough, bold enough, brass enough to ignore that rule and do what they want anyway, because it's their world and we just live in it. So guess what? If we make it no phones whatsoever, just like when you're sitting at a blackjack table, a Mississippi stud table, anywhere in the pit, you're not allowed to have a phone. This is no different, in my opinion. I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an unreasonable position. I don't know where I'm at with no phones at all. I worry about well, frankly, I like when people aren't paying attention at the table. So that's
Well,
one
and
thing.
I don't
But
disagree as long as it's not slowing down the game.
yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, if you pick up your phone in the middle of a hand, your hand should probably be dead.
And there's not a dealer enforcing that.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, you know, there isn't. No. I
And
mean,
it's even worse on a local level when you have your locals at that table that are tipping the dealer. So now this is going to affect their livelihood.
yeah.
So the chances of them doing anything about it are even less, understandably so,
Here,
right?
here's the problem though, too. You're all in, right? And what is like 20% of the people do? They pick up their phone to film their final hand.
Right,
Now they're out of the tournament.
right. And
So
I hate that because I take pictures of my hands all the time.
yeah,
But I'm not slowing down the game. I'm not stopping the game. I'm not cheating. I mean, there's just, and I
yeah.
will be, I'm going to be, I told you, I post it and do a lot of different shit. And so this would affect me a lot if I couldn't have my phone at the table.
I think if you pick up your phone after you've looked at your cards with action on you or maybe even pending, um, then your hand should be dead.
Well, and I agree with that, but the dealers are busy. That's the least of their worries.
Well, okay, that's fine. But when that rule's in place and I'm playing heads up against you and you pick up your phone to make your decision, I'm calling the floor, right? And then the floor
Right,
is going to have to, you know,
right, right.
go by the rules. So I think that's reasonable because honestly, like I'm in such a habit of not pick. There is no. I can't imagine a universe where I would pick up my phone in the middle of a hand.
Yeah,
It's
me
just
either. Look,
I'm I'm conditioned to that. So
I'm going to
it's
tell you something. If I could tell you how many times I've gotten yelled at by family and friends because they are texting me or trying to call me when I'm in a tournament about dinner plans or where are we meeting, because I just don't pick up my phone, and they're so mad at me. They're like, "We've been trying to get a hold of you for 2 hours, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, you guys know, I'm not on my phone during a tournament. And that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You guys just need to remember that. Don't get mad. Just know ahead of time. If by chance you're getting a response from me, you just happen to be the lucky one that I just happened to look at my phone, probably because I was taking a picture or I went on a bathroom break. But I just am not on my phone during tournaments. Just not. But I'm not the norm.
So wait, you're saying you would ban vlogging, or
No, I would just say no phones whatsoever in that poker
well,
room.
that's how you vlog though.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. It would
well,
affect me too.
actually, I just got the Osmo 6, unfortunately, at the end of getting all of our footage,
You're
and
so
it's
fun.
not a phone. It's not a phone. So I think that's the way to go.
Well,
ASG.
and
What do you
ASG,
mean
I
it's not
hear
a
you.
phone? Doesn't everybody typically vlog on their phones?
Yes, 90% of the people do, and believe me, I get it. And maybe they should have a badge around their neck that allows them to do so. I don't
No,
know.
no. It's the same rule for everybody.
Well,
Vlogger,
and I'm fine with
no
that
vlogger.
too.
I mean, listen, it's easy. If you're in a hand and you have action on you or there's action pending, no phone,
Yeah, but
and
Brian, that rule's already in place. It's not
by the way,
working.
if you're Daniel Negreanu, like, I mean, I brought Abby and Abby does the filming, so I can focus on the game. Like, he can bring his own camera person or whatever too, and that person, they by the way, that whole thing's gotten a lot better. I sent a thing because it used to be you needed a press pass and all this stuff, and they wouldn't issue them unless you did the stuff that you were supposed to do. And I sent a thing to Jack right before. He said, "Oh no, she's fine. Just follow the basic etiquette. Don't film every single hand and everybody
Right.
else's action. And that's not stuff we're doing anyway." So anyway,
Right.
that's
But she's
aside.
just filming you. She's not trying to film the whole WSOP or whatever. But going back to the rule that you stated about if you're in a hand, that rule's already in place. It's not working, bud. It's not
Uh,
Well,
working.
then you need to enforce
no.
the rules. I mean, there's rules against
Well,
stalling too. The
wait a
point is you
second.
need to enforce the rules,
Wait
not
a
the.
second. What's the rule though? Is the rule that the hand is dead, or that you could get a penalty, or it's
Honestly,
kind
I'm
of
not going to
vague?
quote. I'm going to tell you what I think it is, but I may not be correct as far as the exact stating of the rule. I'm thinking your hand's dead.
I
Is
I
what I
have
think.
it here. Let's see. This
Perfect.
they posted it. Floor people, WSOP personnel are to consider the best interest of the game and fairness as top priority and make decisions. And unusual circumstances can occur on it. Okay, so this is just him posting this. I saw James Chen post a rule here, so I thought poker rules. No, that's him posting that again. Yeah, I guess they're in this conversation. He's posting the best interest and stuff. They need to, if he's posting this, then it means that they're not um um that they haven't done enough to clarify what should happen and stuff like that.
Actually, there is a rule, and I'm just not going to take the time right now.
Yeah.
But ASG, if you could look for that, there is a rule pertaining to that, and for some reason, I want to say that the hand is dead, but crazier things that happen, and I'm wrong
Rules
all the
state that
time.
all cell phones must be silenced during tournament play, and although players are allowed to use their phone at the table, provided they are not in a hand, provided they are not in a hand, a special rule is in place for texting someone at the same table. In short, if you attempt to communicate with someone at your table, as you're both disqualified. So it sounds like let me see when this was posted here.
Yeah, but
this year.
there definitely is a rule pertaining to if you're on the phone during the hand without it being someone at a table with you. There is definitely part of that ruling or set of rules
Just
about
in
cell
case you were
phones.
wondering, even the WSOP has noticed recent talk within the industry about RTA. Here's section 14, blah, blah, blah. Participants are prohibited from using betting apps, gaming charts, or any poker information tool while involved in a hand. And maybe that's the problem is like, they need to clarify that now this is a more serious thing, right? That
Because cheating is involved, right? Just like communicating with someone at the same table, it's cheating. This is too, so they got to address it and move the rules around so that all of it is covered, right?
yeah,
Um,
I don't think it's unreasonable to say that you're gonna you're at minimum gonna get a penalty. Well, I think your hand is dead. I mean, at minimum, let's just say that if you use your phone, pick up your phone at the wrong time, we don't care what you're using it for. It's your hand's just dead. I mean, just don't use your phone. you know.
right, right. And I'm pretty sure there's a rule about that in place. But we're going to move on because
Yeah,
Um, I'm just going to move on and we'll get back to it. And if somebody
yeah.
wants to find it and post it in our chat, that'll be great. If not, we'll get back to it. I want to revisit the topic that I brought up on Friday about the casino employees event. To recap, there were many in a swirl about who was playing the tournament. Most folks were just confused by the title and who falls under the employee umbrella. For me, it was more about how to avoid the confusion in the future, what changes need to be made. Um, I think changing the name of it to something like Industry Personnel Tournament and maybe tie a Hendon Mob results to it are some of the changes that may help. Anyway, during that discussion, I mentioned a Brazilian player entered the tournament in error. Excuse me, in error. Well, um, our very own Blaze Poker Org's writer has done a follow up article with the Brazilian player. And that player was Fernando Macedo. And he's also a YouTuber. Many people may know him as a YouTuber. I'm going to post that article in the Jumbotron in just a moment. And I want everybody to read it and we'll come back to it and discuss it. I think I think some of the things he said is very interesting, and I would like others' opinions before I give mine. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Brian, do you have something you could talk about for a minute while I post that article?
Sure. I can go over the win in Venetian for today.
Perfect.
1110. The Venetian has the 1100 no limit hold'em ultimate stack, event number 21. $150,000 buy-in, 40,000 in chips to start. 30-minute levels and late registration open till 5:25. At 12 o'clock, the win has also an 1100. Their guarantee, Sherry, $250,000 guarantee. Less chips, you get 25,000 in chips as compared to 40,000. Same levels, 30-minute levels. 4:30 late registration, a little earlier late registration on that one, and then today also at the Venetian at 12:10 is the Big O tournament. And by the way, that name always gets me. $800 buy-in.
Nothing wrong with a big O. Go ahead.
Yeah, event number 22, $75,000 buy $75,000 buy-in. $75,000 guarantee, $25,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels. 540 is the late reg on that, closes. 6 o'clock at the Win is no limit hold'em 11, another 1100. Again, that's what their bread and butter. During the day they run an $1,100 regular non-turbo, and then at 6 p.m. they run their turbo of the 1100. Guarantee, again, the earlier one is 250,000. The turbo at 6 o'clock is 100,000. 20 same starting stack, $25,000, 25,000 chips. 20-minute levels on that instead of 30. And then late reg on that is open till 9 p.m. So that's what's going on at the Win and Venetian.
Awesome. Thank you. Donna, you want to talk about South Point?
Yeah, hang on, let me just pull it up.
Okay.
Today we have got
go ahead. Sorry.
the 1005 100 no limit hold'em 10k guaranteed, 205 100 no limit hold'em turbo 3,000 guaranteed, 605 150 no limit hold'em £50 bounty 10,000 guaranteed, and my favourite of the night, which is the 1005 100 no limit turbo 2,000 guaranteed. And for the Tournament of Champions, we have some more. Excuse me. There was Jack. He's heading to the Tournament of Champions with he beat 161 runners. Then we have got Magic Mike P, who adds to his tournament chip stack. Yeah, with another victory. In today's 2 p.m. turbo tournament, he adds 10k to his chips in July. And then we have Virafran, who took home 4,600, and he's locked up a seat in the Tournament of Champions. And also Galen, for she took the 100 no limit turbo. She survived a field of 46 to take home 11,000. So congratulations to her. And that's it for now.
Awesome. Thank you for that update. For those of you that are interested, that article is at the top of the page. And I'm going to give you a few minutes to look at it. While you do, I'm going to announce some of the tournaments going around town. And at the Orleans, there is a 11 o'clock no limit mega stack, 40k guarantee, $400 buy-in. At the Orleans, there's a triple. No, I'm sorry. That was yesterday. Today's the 2nd. At 11 o'clock at the Orleans is no limit Sunday special, $200 buy-in and a 60k guarantee. At 6 p.m., there's a no limit super stack, 20k guarantee. That must be, hold on, you guys. The Sunday special says that it's a 60k guarantee. I'm wondering if that is a mistake. So double check that information, because their super stack, which is a $200 buy-in, is a 20k guarantee. So definitely check those guarantees, folks. And that's what's going on at the Orleans today. At the Nugget, we have an 11 a.m. mixed PLO 8, Omaha 8 or better, Big O, 25k guarantee, $340 buy-in. At 1 o'clock is their daily deep stack, no limit tournament, 30k guarantee, $200 buy-in. At 1900 hours is their nightly tournament. It's a no limit hold'em, 5k guarantee, $130 buy-in. That's going on at the Nugget. At the Aria today, go see our friend Sean, and I'm happy to say the interview we did with him on Friday is kind of blowing up, and it's kind of funny. The comments we're getting about that.
Do you know if he's signed? Do you know if he's signed the contract yet, Donna? I knew I was going to get
I didn't read the rest of it, so he's not a clue what the rest of it is yet. But
That
I'll
is
let you
so
know if
funny.
he signs
All
the
right.
contract.
That's
Donna
funny as
was
hell.
giving him her shades of gray contract to sign.
Yeah, if you missed it, go back and listen to that interview with Sean. It's quite funny, if I say so myself. Today at the Aria is their $600 PLO tournament. It's at 11 a.m. and there is a $100,000 guarantee. Over at the Summer Poker Festival at the MGM Grand, it is a collaboration with the Moneymaker Tour, and they have a 10 a.m. $500 no limit super stack flight A, 40K starting stack, 30 and then 40-minute blinds, $250,000 guarantee. Flight B is at 6 p.m. today, and then Flight C will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. That sounds like a good one. If I was in town, I think I would probably play that one. Excuse me. For those of you that have read that article, if you have any comments, let's get into it. Basically, Fernando says that he did not know that it was a casino employees event, and he was talking to someone via text. I think it was Filippo, maybe, and after which he abandoned his stack. So, what do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, what did he do with his stack? What happened with his stack? Didn't hear the end of that.
Yeah, he forfeited his stack.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, and he works for who?
No, he doesn't work for anyone.
Okay.
And
He just
again,
entered the event.
yeah, the article's in the Jumbotron.
He forfeited his stack?
He left it. He abandoned it. But
Wow.
what's amazing to me is that his position is he entered the casino employees event
Yeah.
online. He
Okay.
registered online
Okay.
for the casino employees event
Yeah.
and did not know it was the casino employees event.
Well, I mean, they have the salute to warriors, right? I'm thinking of that video this morning by Caitlin.
What a great video. If you haven't seen that, Poker.org put out a video with Mike and Caitlin and Nikki on the topic of the casino employee event. It's quite hilarious. So I think I
Yeah.
retweeted it, as a matter of fact, if you want to find it there. But definitely you could find it on Caitlin, Nikki's, Mike's, or Poker.org's Twitter account for sure. It's quite funny.
I don't know whether to wish that I show up in one of these videos, Sherry, or not.
Oh, no, I have a great sense of humor. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. I could care less. I like to make fun of myself. If you can't make fun of yourself, then something's wrong in life. I wanted to bring up something that ASG actually brought to my attention yesterday. And to my lack of defense, I'm just going to tell you, I was so tired that I had to text him back and say, I'm sorry, I'm not getting it. And it's very, like, am I missing something here? And he was gracious enough to text me back, and I don't think I was missing anything, and I appreciate his little nudge for sure. But Ting, who goes under the Twitter handle OnlyProud12, put out the following tweets yesterday. Playing at the Gold Nugget, hashtag or not hashtag @ Gold Nugget Las Vegas Poker. I'm all in. A player didn't see my all in and throws out a raise. Dealer says the chip stay.
Yes.
Now he has the option to fold or call the rest.
Right.
I request the floor for a ruling. The dealer refuses. Player now mucks his cards. 3 other players chime in. And I think I cut off this tweet. And then the next thing he says is, I want to make sure I got this in the right order, and I probably don't. Ask the deal. He said, somebody says, ask the dealer again. I guess this is when the TD comes over. Um, and they're saying, ask the dealer again, and she did. Almost everyone else at the table tells her, without talking to the dealer, she walks away. Sure missed the win poker room.
Oh, jeez.
So she would not. The dealer would not call the floor.
Wow. Yeah, that's not acceptable. I mean, the right rule is what they said, right? That the money stays in
No.
the pot, right?
No. The right rule is that that person should have had to call off all their chips.
Well,
Oh, they called. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right.
wait a
You're
minute.
right.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
somebody
Yes,
puts
she's
it.
right.
Hold on. So the guy raises, right? But did he verbalize the raise, or did he just raise the bet before the all in? So there was a bet before the all in, then there's an all in. And did the guy raise the bet of the all in, or the bet before the raise, before the all in?
I don't know. This is your story.
He put in. I don't understand your question. The person put in a raise, not seeing the all in that counted
Right.
for
Okay.
more than the original bet, but less than the all in.
Okay, so
You
that's where I'm questioning, because if that raise was less than 0.5% of the all in, right? Less than 50% of the all in, then he could just forfeit his chips, right? But if,
No, he has to call the
he's
all in.
got to call the all in. Yep.
well, of course, because he had more chips, right? His raise
What?
was more. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
All the
No. Okay, let's say the original bet was 200 and I go all in for 1,000 and then the person next to me raises for 500. He has to call my $1,000
yeah.
Yes,
all in.
because it's 50% or more of the all in.
No, the bet is 1,000. As soon as he puts any money in the pot, he's called the 1,000.
Oh, I see what you're
Correct.
saying.
Yeah.
Got it. I told you my brain wasn't working,
So
AST.
this
It
is
still isn't. I'm
by
so
the way,
fucking
Sherry, this is
tired.
a great point. The best point in
I'm
this
so
whole
fucking tired.
story is when you said that the dealer refused to allow him to call the floor. That would not happen in my universe,
Well,
right?
and I
Like,
told
I would be
ASG,
like,
yeah,
stop what you're doing.
yep.
Don't do anything. I'm calling the floor. Like, we need the floor over here, like, don't be afraid to,
And I'm
to
going to tell you that
you
has
should
happened to me before. And I
yeah,
just yelled floor, and I've stopped playing when it comes to my turn. I'm like, I'm not playing until the floor comes over here. So
Yeah,
you
but the
can call
dealer
or I
already
can.
mucked the other guy's cards and gave him the pot.
Unbelievable.
yeah. Well, and that's why too, like, just slow down. Like, nothing's in a rush. When something's out of sync or something, just try to slow everything. Don't do anything. Don't touch any dealer. Don't touch anything. Right? Like,
Right.
just
Right.
slow down. That's why, as much as I joke about that hand taking 10 minutes, we're 100 people left in a tournament with 3,500 people. The dealer's totally discombobulated, about to make a big mistake in probably a $2 million pot. Like, just stop what you're
Yep.
doing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't make a mistake here.
No, I agree. I do agree. And and I'll be like, dealer, I'm sorry, but somebody's requested the floor. You have to stop and get the floor. You cannot ignore that request. That is a request by a player at this table, and you have to honor that request and get the floor. Yeah, I have definitely said that to a dealer before, for sure. And I've also, when it's come my time, I've stopped playing and said, get this floor. I'm not playing my cards till you get the floor, so we can know the ruling for the future.
Exactly.
Even though we may not be able to go back now, but we're going to know what the ruling is for the future, especially if I think what's been done was wrong. And so it doesn't happen
Right.
again, right?
Right.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Sherry, I'm going to drop off for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. And I just want to fill everybody in because I know some of you have asked me and I've just been fucking nuts right now. So I'm just going to let you guys know, Yesterday was really a bad day for baby JC. We weren't quite sure what was going on. She literally was crying on and off all day. I tried to get her to go to sleep because mommy and daddy were exhausted. For 5 hours, I rocked this baby, and she would go from screaming to settled to screaming. And at one point, I thought maybe she had a urinary tract infection, but she never started running a fever. But we were like, the ER was on standby yesterday, and I'm going to tell you, the 5 adults that are in this house right now are fucking exhausted, and baby JC wins. So anyway, I my thought processes are not really good right now, so you guys have to just bear with me and correct me and point me in the right direction. But we're going to move on, and I see Karen has her hand up. Go ahead.
Oh, well, my story's less relevant. I was about to chime in when you chimed in about calling the floor yourself. I had the situation once where we were two away from the money, and somebody busted our table, and I said, "You need to let Floor know because we should be hand for hand." And the dealer, I guess, was new, or I don't know what the deal was. It ignored me. So I just yelled out, "Floor, floor." And Floor ran over. They were so grateful too. I said, "We just lost a player. We should be hand for hand." And then, he immediately announced, "Okay, dealers." But I don't know why the dealer blew me off, but I just yelled out "Floor" myself real loud.
Awesome. Awesome. I've had to do that too, and it is what it is, right? Because one day it's going to be an issue involving you. And so, not you, Karen, but just you, anyone.
Yeah.
And you want it to be right. Like, what if the dealer made the wrong ruling, and several of us at the table know it's the wrong ruling, and we do nothing because it doesn't affect us. And then 3 hands later, by golly, you're in the hand, and the dealer makes the same bad ruling, and now it affects you. Guess what? One day it's going to affect you. One hand away from it affecting you. So you want to get it corrected right now while it's happening. Even if it doesn't affect the hand, or the correction isn't made, it's too long, too late. You still want to get the correct ruling so that dealer doesn't make that mistake again. It's very important. And there's a way of going about it. And we want to be, you know, not forceful, but we want to be with a purpose and an intent to get it corrected. And I never try to embarrass a dealer, ever. Uh, and so there's just a way of going about it, but you definitely want to call that TD over whether you're in the hand or not. Very important. I appreciate you, Karen. I don't know. Software, are you back? Because I don't want to start this conversation unless you're back. Software, are you back? He's still away. So while he does that, I'm going to talk about the Hall of Fame inductees for 1991, 2, and 3. So in 1991, David Chip Reese, which a lot of folks are familiar with that name, was inducted to the Hall of Fame. Chip is regarded as being the greatest cash game poker player. Some may not know it, but he collaborated with Doyle on Doyle's book, The Super System Book. So that is Chip Reese in 1991. In 1992, Thomas Austin, otherwise known as Amarillo Slim, last name Preston, was inducted. Slim was known for his prop bets he never placed unless he knew he was a sure winner. One story says that he challenged Wimbledon champion Bobby Riggs to some high stake table tennis, with the stipulation that Preston, or Amarella Slim, could choose the paddles that they use. He soundly beat Riggs when he brought two cooking skillets as the paddles. And of course, Slim had been practicing with cooking cooking skillets for months. So he set him up to win the bet. Who do we know in spaces that is much like that? Hold on, I got to get Brian back up. I'm sorry. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Hold on, I hit the wrong button and it sent poor Brian out of the room. How do I get him back?
I'm laughing so hard right now, it's unreal.
Oh my gosh. How do I get him back now? I haven't done that in so long. I just hit the wrong damn button when I was trying to make him co-host. Shit. What do I do? I forget how to do this. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Poor Brian. He's probably going, what the hell did she do? Oh, here. I'm finding it, Brian. I promise. Oh my
She did it
God.
on purpose.
He just texted me, you kicked me out, laughing emoji. I'm so sorry, dude. Come back to me. Oh, that's hilarious. Hold on, you guys. There he is. Sorry, Brian. I was trying to make you co host and I hit the damn remove you button instead. So come on up, Brian.
You did it on purpose, Brian, I'm telling you.
Oh, funny. Let me go back to I thought okay, you got an invite for co-host, Bud. You should be able to see it now, hopefully. There he is coming, I think. I guess we're having a little bit of glitching. There he is. I went to go hit. Unfortunately, they have invite to co-host right above the toggle to boot somebody, and I just
Yeah, no,
clicked
I
on
know.
Sorry, Bud. Stand by for a minute. I'm going to talk about Jack Keller, who was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1993, nicknamed Gentleman Jack. His legacy lives on for his son, Jack Keller III, just recently won the Run Good Tunica title for 62,000 in November of 23. So that's kind of neat. What a neat little legacy in the world of poker. Now, I want to talk about something I read in some tweets this morning, and I wanted to have your take on it, Brian and Donna. And let me pull up the screenshots because I was like, what am I reading? Am I reading this correctly? Let's see. Okay, so uh, Andrew Watson says, I want to make sure I'm reading that. I didn't see it. Older gentleman said it was today in the Mystery Bounty Horseshoe side. They,
No, that was the reply. You got to go to the original
oh
tweet.
wait, thank you. I don't have it. Go ahead, ASG, read it.
Guy got disqualified from event for playing with himself at table.
Okay, that's okay. I thought that was a follow up. Okay,
Whoa!
so
I didn't expect that.
Guy got disqualified from the event for playing with himself at the table. Thank you,
Yeah,
ASG.
don't do that. That's
And
gross.
and then the tweet I read, and then Kevin Mathers says after he already pulled it out.
Uh, gross.
That
Gross.
is what women put up with at the
And
poker table
and
sometimes.
Sherry, so you know, how long was the poker boss's ban for that? Did you
It'll
say?
be interesting. I don't
I'm
know
just
if it was the poker boss.
probably not.
Do you know where it took place at? I was assuming it was
It
at the World
reminds me,
Series.
ASG, you go back in the day, so maybe you might know this. There used to be this guy, kind of the early Caitlin Kameski. He did a skit. It was called Bill Phil Math. Do you remember that, ASG?
No, sorry.
So he would goof on, Phil Hellmuth, and one of them was that he got kicked out of a table, out of a tournament for pissing on the poker table or something.
Gross. Oh, it's disgusting.
He's like, I don't understand. Like, what's the problem here? Anyway.
Now, can you just in what world is it ever acceptable to pull yourself
Yeah.
out at a
No.
poker table?
No. I mean, no. That
So
I've never
disgusting.
seen.
I
Thankfully.
haven't either.
But I got aces.
So you got a hard on because you got aces? Okay.
Geez.
Ay. I just think
That
Kevin
is
Mather's
not
response
something
was
that
funny.
I think it's a tell. You should fold.
yeah, ASD that I've never done, I can safely say.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yes.
When I read it at first, I thought, okay, is this like a spoof or a joke? And then I saw Kevin Mathers make a comment. I was like, okay, it's not a joke.
Gross.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Callum was
God.
straight on it.
Just
Callum
when you
said,
think you've seen it all.
Now, I have been at a table before where a guy has reached down his pants and had been playing with himself. And I
Ah,
have been behind a table next to me. The guy, not directly behind me, but like one over, was in a wheelchair and he had shit himself.
I
But
am
you're
gonna
like,
wear
this guy,
gloves.
this guy is in a wheelchair, so he has physical, restrictions. So I had no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not fault that guy for anything. It's just unfortunate for him, right? But yeah, it's gross, and people wonder why some people get turned off, why women sometimes get turned off. Now, could you imagine being at that table and the guy pulls himself out as a female? My God.
Gross.
I would have been so uncomfortable, but like I would have said something.
I
When
yeah,
we was
I'm
when
gonna
we were little, we always used to get flashes in park. So
yeah,
like we were always phoning police. But yeah, I keep your hands out of your pants, lads.
I'm
If you're
just
gonna
gonna tell you
play with yourself before a tournament, love.
right, or go hire somebody to help you out. It's Vegas, they're legal, you
Or
know,
go to the toilet and do it.
whatever. But I'm gonna tell you something. If a
I'd
man ever
also like to say those not legal in Vegas. Anyway, continue.
in the outskirts, in the outskirts, right? Um, Um, I would just like to say, gentlemen, and while I use that word loosely, because if you're doing it, you're sure as hell not a gentleman.
No.
But if a guy did that at a table I'm at, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs, this guy has his whatever out right now. Can somebody help us over here so that everybody around us will know what this guy's doing?
Yeah, and I would say I ain't touching that with a barge pole.
I mean, you kind of expect that in LA, but in Vegas, come on.
Come
Punch
on,
yourself
leave
away.
LA
Punch
alone.
yourself away.
Wait, aren't you from LA? Never mind. Let's keep moving
Yeah.
along. Oh my goodness. All right, Brian, tell us, you have just finished or are finishing. You're finishing putting the finishing touches on your first 2024 vlog. I could only watch it for a couple minutes because you sent it to me about an hour ago and or before we started, and of course I just didn't have time. But what I did see looks so fun and exciting. So
Yeah.
tell us about when that vlog is going to be done and posted, bud.
I'm hoping tomorrow, but I actually have a lot of work to do today on it, and I'm actually just done with the intro, Sherry. So now I got to go into the whole thing. So yeah, so
Wait a
it's
minute. Are
coming
you
along.
telling me the intro was 45 minutes long?
No. Well, yeah, that's because I didn't clip it right. It's
Oh, okay. Okay.
a
Okay.
minute and 54 seconds to be
I
exact.
gotcha. I gotcha.
I've got the first minute and 54 seconds done. but
Well,
but
and I'm sorry, but I meant to introduce you because I put in the tweet when I thanked Sean for joining us, um, that I had to thank Brian, the 12th place finisher in
yeah.
the Freezeout. My co-host Brian Pinkus is probably my new
Yeah,
introduction.
if they could just give bracelets out for 12th instead of first, then that might be okay. Might not be as prestigious though. But it probably would be more prestigious than the online bracelets. So I'm just saying.
Well, and deservingly so, my friend. And that bracelet's coming this summer. I just feel it.
Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan for sure.
Hell yeah. Team software, right, ASG?
Yeah, I got to tell you guys, pretty funny. Snoop texts me yesterday and he's like, wait, so ASG says that we get a percentage of everything this summer? And I'm like, yes, that's what I've been saying for 2 weeks. That's why I was like, I don't know why these people aren't showing up I mean, we had enough. It was fine.
Well,
But I'm just
I-
like, I'm just like, people are going to be, I just want to like win the main event now, Sherry, so that like it's real money that you guys get. Cause I think it will be so hilarious. Everybody being like, dang, I could have played a stupid Jackbox game. Got the pile of
Absolutely. And
cash.
guess what? Four of us, and the other side of this is, can you believe four people played Jackbox game to get a piece of the $12 million that Brian Pinkus won?
It's going to be pretty funny.
It would be
You
funny.
guys, listen, either way, you guys are in for 3 figures already each. So I'm just saying, like, it's a pretty
I
good deal
love it.
even now.
And I'm going
So.
to tell you that I did have to laugh when Avi said that he thought we each got 5%. He didn't realize that it was 1.25.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's
And like,
5%
what planet do you live on
for
that you think
everybody.
somebody's giving away 20%?
Yeah, we'll let him slide on that. Yeah,
Absolutely. But I thought it was funny. And,
he did get the rules. The rules are if you become a pain in the ass, then I reserve the right to do whatever I want, even toss you out. So be nice. No, I'm just
be
kidding.
nice, be nice.
Avi is great. I'm very happy with the group of people that we got. The four of us is a good team. Donna, next year you got to get on there. I think
Yeah.
it was too late in the evening. You were probably sleeping, but we should have found a way to get you in there
And
too.
she wasn't feeling good. I don't think so either. But math is hard. And Brian, there's actually 5 of us, you and 4 others.
Well, that is.
That's what makes up Team Software. It's ASG, Avi, Snoop, and myself. And, we really appreciate the opportunity, and it's going to be fun all summer railing you, and everyone else is railing you as well, because we are excited you're doing well and kicked off well, bud.
Yeah, close call there. So that's always good. And next week, I don't know. By minimum, I'm going to make it. My next event will be the Gladiators. If you're allowed to enter that event, Sherry, as a non-gladiator. So I'm definitely going to be in that, barring not being eligible. So.
And when is that event? Next week sometime?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday for me. So that'll for surely, if nothing else, for surely that'll be the next event. I really want to play the $800 deep stack, and Melanie's sitting back here, so maybe she can give the go ahead. But it's a Wednesday start, supposed to be over by Thursday, but we saw what happened. I'm getting a no go, no chances on missing the graduation.
Well, listen, you tell Melanie that we are on her side on this one. Graduation's the priority.
Yeah. She says only one graduation. So
exactly, family first.
Yeah, we were going to try to make the shootout, but the problem is the shootout is Friday, which is the same day as the graduation, but unfortunately the graduation is at 6:30 at night. So unless I'm going to go play at noon and hope that it's over by 4 or 5 to fly back, yeah, I don't think that one's going to fly either.
Don't worry, Melanie, we have your back on that bullshit too. The answer to that is also no. And Brian, I'm just going to say this: many of poker guys, and probably women too, but probably more men, have lost their families because they didn't choose the family first. You are not doing that, my friend. And I know you're smart enough not to.
I've never been in that boat for sure. Like the family always comes first. They know that June and July is kind of special, but there is no competition in reality with deciding whether to be here or not. And
absolutely, and that's just the man you are.
Certainly, had I been at the final table and missed the baccalaureate, that I'm confident to say that there wouldn't have been a problem there. But short of a WSOP final table, I'm not missing anything. So that's why I'm not gonna put myself in that position. We're not gonna play the the deep stack on Wednesday. There's plenty of other tournaments to play, and we'll see how things go from there.
Go ahead, Donna.
Will it be on a Spaces Day though? Software.
Which day?
Baccalaureate.
The baccalaureate's over. It was Friday, but the graduation is next Friday. So
Right.
yeah, but it's in the evening, so we're good. We'll be there.
Okay, well, I was going to say we could have Sean on again so we can finish the actual contract.
So Melanie, the head of poker for MGM, came on our show Friday, and Donna had him pick a number between what were the numbers?
17 and 500 and something.
Okay,
Right.
so he picked this number, okay, and the
169 picked.
number was the page from Shades of Grey that Donna was going to read to him.
But
And
he
so
didn't know it.
This guy had just gotten done saying how he's
Dominated.
he likes to be dominated. And Donna, in her fabulous accent, reads to him. He picks the page. The page is the contract for the sub.
It's funny she knows exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, she knows.
I love you, Melanie. She knew exactly what the contract was.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this so much.
And the thing was, in bold letters, it says dominant. And I thought, oh my God, this is just out of my hands. That's the reason why I told him to pick whatever number.
And
But
for
it was
those that are
so
just joining
coincidental.
us, if you go back and listen to our interview with Sean McCormack, you will hear Donna reading some 50 Shades passages. And it's really a fun interview. Sean's Ho-Ho-Ho's interviewed him for a few moments, and it turned into melee of fun. So please go back and listen to that. It surely was a treat. Real Fats, what you got for us?
How you doing today, Sherry?
I'm good, thank you. A little exhausted, but I'm good otherwise. How are you?
I see you have a Christmas panel up this morning.
We do. We do. The ho-ho-hos are here and accounted for.
Ho, ho, ho.
Did you enjoy that, Fats?
What's that?
I said, did you enjoy that?
Yeah. I got a question.
What are we talking about, Sherry? I'm just kidding.
I came in earlier and I had to go out, and you were talking about something about a Jackbox game. What was that all about?
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, we so before the series, I was kind of doing some warm up, playing streaming poker and that kind of thing. So I played these. They're called Jackbox games. They're like trivia games and things like that. And we played those on my stream. And if the people won, they won. We were initially thinking they'd win an entry into some kind of like sit and go, but we decided at the end there was 4 people that had won their entry or whatever, and we divided up 5% of my entire summer as far as World Series of Poker events only. So no crying, Sherry, when I win the daily deep stack at the World Series or something like that. You don't get a piece of that, but everything else, they're going to share that 5%. So they got 1.25% each, and certain terms and conditions apply, right, Sherry? But
Yes.
But so far they're up $125 each because I came in 12th in the 500. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, so does that count is it just the percentage on the caches, or do they have to, do you get to subtract your buy-ins off of that?
No, I decided to just do like as far as like doing it based. I don't want to misstate this. I'm not doing it based off of like profit or something like that, right? Like I'm not going to take, oh, this was my profit for the year. Once I cash, that counts. So I think it's and I don't think I'm counting just the total cash, right? So I don't know.
The winnings.
Anyway,
The winnings.
I reserve the right to like rethink this part too. So it's a free roll, you guys. So don't be
Look, you don't hear
I'm
the
always
four of
gonna
us
do the right thing.
questioning anything, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah. My business hat comes on with this stuff, and I start to think of what's the weird caveat that I'm not thinking of here.
Don't worry. This is we're a poker space community first, and we're a weird caveat community second.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem. No hatchets at me. This is a freebie. I upfront told everybody, if you make this a pain in the ass, I reserve the right to revoke even earned or unearned money or whatever I want to do. It's all for fun.
That doesn't score you any points in this community.
And I love the idea. I'd love to hit a big score and write all these guys a big check. It'd be funny for all the people that missed like the stupid Jackbox game. They're like, what? I could have played Jackbox game.
Come on, you have to admit this whole thing fits our persona, Brian.
Yeah.
You don't understand. If Fats gave somebody a free 1%, he'd come back at the end of the summer and say, "You owe me $1,000 because that's where my 1% ended up."
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
All right. Yeah. Since Fats came in here, I have a question that my friend Maureen Bloklinger asked me this morning, and I said I would bring it up. Does anyone know where Maureen can place a bet that a female player is going to make this year's main event table? Anybody
the final
know?
Table, you mean?
Yep. Yeah, sorry, the final table.
Well, there's different betting things, right, Fats?
That may not be up yet, but as it gets closer to the main event, places that are going to put up poker props on that will probably.
Oh, you're cutting out, Fats. It will probably be. Oh, he probably got a phone call.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Oh.
If I see it anywhere, I'll let you
Please
know. But probably not till the end of the month when it gets close to the main event.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me know. We'll definitely talk about that. And I also want to know, and I'm going to surprise Donna and Software with this morning. Maureen Bloklinger, who's a good friend of mine and Donna's, is going to be joining us for the next 4 mornings. I asked her if she would, because the more the merrier. So the next for 4 mornings, because she's a busy gal, she's going to come in and help us. And I want to say that I want to challenge Brian and Donna, ASG, Fats, Karen, Merv, who else is in here? Barry, Jeff, BT, Ryan, and Matt Berkey. I want to challenge you guys to come up with a list of 5 females that you of which one of them are going to win a bracelet this summer. So you have to come up with 5 who you think who you think has the best chances of winning a bracelet this summer. A list of 5 females, it could be limit, no limit, or both. So if you think that I don't know, JJ Lou's going to win a bracelet this summer in no limit, because she'll definitely be on my list, then put her on your list. So I want you guys, Maureen will be with us in the morning on Monday's show, day 7. If you guys could come up with any female players that you think is going to win a bracelet, who's going to be the first one to win a bracelet this summer? What do you think, Brian?
Jamie Kerstetter.
I like it. What about you, Donna?
Sorry, I'm on the laptop. I'd definitely say JJ Lou's in with a really good shout.
Right. Anybody else have an opinion they want to give now or just
Hey.
wait till tomorrow? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I can come up with a list, but are you allowed to take no female bracelet winner on your list?
I think we're going to try to promote females tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not trying to shoot them down, but I mean, if this is like a betting proposition, that's what I was wondering.
Okay, it is definitely not a betting proposition. It is just a conversation about women in poker. And, there a lot of women are making big runs and are crushing it at the table. And so I thought it would be fun to talk about some of those women and, for us to kind of put a list together and we can watch those women this summer and see how they do. Go ahead, Karen. I saw you had your mic
Oh
on.
yeah. Well, I'll definitely try to think of 5, but I mean, just off the top of my head, Cherish Andrews does really well.
Yeah.
Victoria Lifshitz.
Victoria is another one. Yeah.
Karen, will you be playing any bracelet events?
Karen Boyd. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm gonna play some events.
Sherry Pluskota.
I mean, I'll
ASG.
say the 2 most obvious ones, or 3. I mean, you got Chrissy and Maria Ho.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I will look forward to discussing this more in detail tomorrow with Maureen, who started the group Globetrotting Poker. And we will talk about, and we've interviewed her before, you guys may remember. She's not a stranger to social media, and I'm happy she'll be joining us the next 4 mornings, and she'll give us a little bit about her travel and where she's been playing and all that kind of stuff. So let's go around the horn to see if anybody has anything else they'd like to bring up. Comments, questions before we sign off. Karen, we'll start with you.
I don't have any questions, but I certainly enjoyed this show today. So thank you guys, and congratulations, Brian. I don't think I've gotten to tell you that yet.
Oh, thanks, Karen. Appreciate your support.
It's exciting.
Thank you for the kind words, Karen. Appreciate you. Real Fats, any last questions, comments?
Nah, I'm running a little behind on wit today.
That's okay.
I wasted it all on Omar this morning.
Well, we will look forward to you resting up and coming back strong with it again later today or tomorrow morning when we reboot at 9 a.m. ASG, any final thoughts or questions?
Well, just quick of note, since you asked earlier, the online event today is the $400 no limit bounty.
Awesome. Thank you for that update. I appreciate it. Donna, any last questions or comments?
Oh, yes. Gents, keep your hands out your pants at the table. If you're going to play with yourself either before you get to the tournament so you don't end up with blue balls, or go to the toilet.
All right, now I have to say something.
I'm losing it. Go ahead, Fats.
Well, all right, and that incident, how was this guy caught? Was it one person that happened to notice it and then reported it? Is that how that went down?
I don't have any more details than what we talked about. That I just saw those tweets this morning.
If you were the person that noticed it, nobody else noticed it, before reporting it, shouldn't you let it go on for a while? Because maybe it was a tell.
Oh, gross.
No.
Maybe every time he got pocket aces, his hand went downstairs.
Well, that's what ASG said.
Yeah, I don't want sticky cards at the end of the hand.
Well, he can't. He's playing his cards with one hand, and he's taking care of his excitement with the other hand.
Can you imagine? We were a few years ago complaining about people
and then the next thing you know, the hands are back to the chips.
Sticky chips.
Oh my God, let's move on. Brian, any last questions or comments?
By the way, that wouldn't be probably the worst thing that's ever been stained that's ever been put on a card before.
Stop yourself. Stop. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, just
Oh,
Sherry, make
oh,
sure
okay.
everybody washes their hands, wears gloves at the poker table. That's all I got for today.
Oh my God, I'm crying right now, you guys. Oh, that's so funny. Donna, go ahead before I sign
Yeah.
off.
And if your zips bust, get a new pair of trousers or wear shorts.
All right, wait. I got one more question.
Go
Had
ahead.
it been a woman at the table doing pretty much the same thing, do you think somebody would have turned her in
I don't know and don't
as
care
quickly?
because nobody should be doing
Still
it.
gross when you think about the cards
Women
and the
don't
chips
put their
and
hands down the
stuff.
pants at the table.
I
That's
just
what
want
I
everybody
think.
to remember this when they think about going and grabbing a sandwich on the break and not washing their hands before they eat their food.
Stop.
There is
right.
definitely
On that
fecal
note-
matter on those chips. Let's
Okay.
just be blunt.
On that note, I'm going to say thank you to those of you that are listening currently and those that are going to listen to our replays. We appreciate you. If you're on the felt today, please have a great time and good luck, everyone. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Bye.